Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Today, we are going over exactly how you should quit your job. Okay, simply put, we're going to break this video down into 5 sections. 1, start believing in yourself. 2, stop wasting your creativity. 3, figure out what your next step is. 4, start early. And 5, do it. All right. Number 1, start believing in yourself. When you decide that you want to leave your job, it is a major decision. And it's an entire journey in itself. You will not be able to actually take the plunge unless you believe in yourself. You need to think that you can do this. You need to believe that you have a plan. You need to believe that you are the right person to carry through your plan. And without the ability, without the courage, without the faith in yourself, you will quit. And you will be like most other people who try to branch out on their own. You will tell yourself that it was too hard. But at the end of the day, you didn't believe in yourself long enough to keep going. You didn't believe in yourself enough to pivot where you needed to. And so, I'm going to end this point with one of my favorite quotes by Henry Ford. Whether you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're right. It's a strong quote, right? When you think about it, how is it possible for you to do anything without first believing you can do it? So, if you really want to succeed and you really want to branch out from your job, from the security of a 9-to-5, you need to first believe in yourself. Point number 2. Stop wasting your creativity. We all have ideas. Great ones at times. Some of them are trash, but a lot of them are really good and very usable. The problem is that most people do not take the time to write down their ideas. Most people do not take the time to capture the moment. Most people do not take the time to etch-a-sketch into history the greatness that is their idea. Most people do not write down their ideas because they do not believe in themselves. They do not believe that they have quality ideas, that they have the potential to run an idea from inception to value. That is exactly why I made point number 1 first. Because until you believe in yourself, you will not even believe that your ideas are valuable. And until you believe they're valuable, you will not write them down. Writing them down is the key. If you are in a do or die situation and you have no idea what to do next, you are out of ideas, you would do anything to be able to summon an enlightened version of yourself with exactly the right idea and exactly the right creativity. But the problem is, you won't be able to. But what if that was possible? What if you could summon an enlightened version of yourself? Notes, baby. Notes. Capture your enlightenment. Use the notes to bring back your enlightened self exactly when you need it. Did you like that last piece on making sure that you don't waste your creativity? If you did, and if you like any of the other videos on this channel, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Get all up in there on that subscribe button, buddy. It's time. It's time. I know you're thinking, maybe I don't wanna, maybe I do wanna. Let me tell you, you do. Okay? You do. Stop thinking, push the button, push it hard, and push it good, and boom! I will see you on the next video. Subscribe to the scribe on my channel. Do it now. Do it now. Number 3, figure out what your next step is. When you leave, you're most likely going to be broke within the next 6 months if you have properly saved. Assuming that you hadn't saved, and let's even add in if you did, as soon as you leave the job, you are broke. Your income is essentially crippled. At that moment, you do not want to be trying to figure out what you're going to do next. You need to be committed to your next chapter. Some people make it through past that stage and beyond. Some people don't need to be prepared because their life is set up in such a way that they can fail an unlimited amount of times and still recover, still have food to eat. But for the majority of people, you'll need to know exactly where you're going before you take the plunge. One of the major reasons why you need to know exactly where you're going before you leave is because life in the cage was easy. Life in the nest was easy. It might not feel like it because you want to leave so badly, but there were tons of things that were handed to you. You did not have to figure out where your money was coming from. The paycheck came to you. You did not have to figure out what you were going to do with your time. Your boss told you what you needed to do. You did not need to figure out how to manage your energy. There were set breaks and set start and end times in your day. These things were worked out for you, and once you become a full-time entrepreneur, it becomes a lot harder. These responsibilities now become yours, and you will have your success, your productivity hinge on your ability to manage your time and your energy. Now, I've already put together a video specifically on time and energy management. I put it together because it was the first thing I learned when I jumped out as a full-time entrepreneur. It was the first thing I learned I needed to get better at. And truth be told, most people do need more help with it. So take a look at the video. I'm going to link it in the info card above. Speaking of how time was managed for you, I feel like I should bring up this next point. This point is the difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is solving the right problems. Most people go through their lives solving problems. And whether you are a industrialist that gets a million things done, or you are a person who's making minimum wage and has been making minimum wage since high school, you all have the same amount of time in the day. The difference between you, when you even out the amount of resources that people start with, the difference between you is what problems you're solving. When I was leaving college, I would speak with my high school friends, and they would always tell me, Lamar, you don't have any girls. Why do you get no girls? And I never really had a good answer for them other than girls are not important right now. And the truth was, I didn't even understand it at the time. The truth was that I had something that I am now calling priority intelligence. Priority intelligence, or PQ, is the ability to recognize which problems are worth solving. My friends were solving the problem of not having a girl, of not having a significant other. I was solving the problem that I didn't have my finances together. I was solving the problem that my career was unstarted. I'm in an entirely different situation than most of the people from high school. I'm in an entirely different situation from most of my friends. And it's because of PQ, priority intelligence. Now, on to the next point. All right, guys. Point number 4, start early. When you leave your job, you should already have been working in exactly what you want to do for a long time. I was working on SoHeart for 2 years before I quit my job. And I had already failed at another venture for a year before that. So I had spent 3 years trying to figure out how to replace my 9-to-5 income. At the end of the day, a little secret, it doesn't happen to everyone. It didn't happen for me. I had to take a leap of faith, and many other people will have to also. When you take that leap of faith, some say that entrepreneurship is like building a plane on your way down. So you basically are taking a leap of faith, and you need to build a plane, or you need to build wings to take flight on your way down before you hit the bottom, hopefully. In order for that to be possible, you need to, just like a plane, be running full sprint. You need to be in full motion, already heading down the runway. You need to already be doing what you plan on doing. That way, you can already have seen why you're not good at it, where you need to improve, and you will already be on your way to doing it correctly. If you've done that, if you're running full speed down the runway, and you've been doing it for enough time, hopefully, you'll have what it takes to take flight. All right. Point number 5 to round this thing out. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. You need to just do it. There will never be a perfect time. The stars will not align for you. There's a small percentage of people that get that luxury. Most people have to make an uncomfortable decision. You need to just do it at the end of the day. And an important thing for me to say here is that confidence is a key indicator of success. At the end of the day, you just need to be confident in yourself and do what you believe you're meant to do. Just like I brought up in the beginning of the video, Henry Ford said, whether you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're right. And there's a lot of wisdom to that statement. There's a ton of wisdom to that statement. If you don't believe you can do it, you will most likely quit. If you do not believe you can do it, you will not persevere. And it takes perseverance. And you're going to get it wrong. And you need to shift after you fail. After you slip and fall, you will need to figure out how to continue. Without the confidence to just do it, you won't get there. Without the confidence in yourself, even if you get started, you won't finish. The most important subject in this topic is that the price of not doing what you're meant to be doing could be a steeper price. It could be far more steep than being broke. Most people are afraid of being broke. Most people are afraid of having to downsize their house, having to move into a family member's house, having to move your family into your in-laws, bedroom, or, spare house, or even if you don't have that, like I don't. What most people are afraid of is downsizing their life to 0. And that is exactly what I'm telling you. You should do. You should downsize your life until you don't spend any more money than what you decide to buy out of necessity. So spending money on food, spending money on housing, spending money on clothes, the price of these should go to 0 if you want to get out and make it as an entrepreneur. If you want to jump today, the greatest revelation I had around quitting your job is that I wasn't going to match my 9-to-5 income. Once I figured that out, I realized that the game is not about matching income. The game is about setting your life up in such a way that it doesn't matter what your income is. Think about that. The price of not doing what you're meant to be doing can be far more steep than just being uncomfortable or being broke. Most people in America are living lives that they don't want to live. They're living lives that they believe they have to live because they are too afraid to jump out into a more uncomfortable territory. What that ends up doing to most people is giving them a shrinking life, a life of comfort and of safety, but also of small expectations, small capacity, small thinking. And what it truly is, if I'm going to simplify it, for a lot of people, there are some people who love it, and I'm not speaking to these people right now, but for those who know that they want to do more in their life, choosing that life is a life of death. You are essentially shrinking your life until it's nothing. People are dying every single day. And I'm not talking about a sickness. And I'm not talking about accidents. I'm talking about a slow death where all of your dreams, everything that you want for yourself, dies off slowly until you become a shell of the person that you want it to be. Most people get around this death by self-medicating. Most people will smoke cigarettes, tons of cigarettes, or drink tons of glasses of wine or hard liquor or X, Y, or Z drug, maybe gambling. Most people use these things to fill the void in their life that was created by them not doing what they needed to do, by them not doing what they want to do. Don't be that person. The dangers of self-medicating is real. A lot of people end up in addiction. A lot of people who self-medicate end up addicted to the substances that they use to self-medicate, end up addicted to the things, whether it be Netflix, gambling, whatever. If that person has become you, please get on So Hard. Get on So Hard today and get some support for whatever you're using to self-medicate your life. At the end of the day, you need to just do it. At the end of the day, just do it like Nike said. Let me be Frank and not Bob. You need this for your life. You need to grow into the potential that you know you have. And if you do not live life, then you are dying a slow death. And with that, I bid you adieu. Again, my good lady, and again, my good sir. It was awesome. Come back next time, and we'll chat more. No spin today. No spin. Whatever. Switch it up. Switch it up. Bam! Okay, I brought it in. Oh, bam! 1. Turn me up in the headphones. I like it. I like it. Get my ad libs. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, beep. Oh, oh, beep. Oh. Okay, enough of that. So, do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.